Hello YouTube community, this is Model Maker 1177 back at you. I have finished my first model, and as you can see it's supposed to be the ZZ Top Eleanor. However, when I was building this, I really didn't like the stance that it was presented to that we should be having. As you can see here, let me flip it around the other side. The stance here, I really didn't like how it was looking, and I didn't think it was aggressive enough. So I changed it up quite a bit, put a lot different tires on there and different rims. It's done, but I do have to bring it back in the body shop here and touch it up a little bit in the future when I get a little bit better. But it's kind of want to let you show what I did to the ZZ Top Eliminator. So further ado, again, this is our ZZ Top Eliminator. Without further ado, I will show you my version of this kit. Here we go. As you can see, this is a plum purple. You really can't see in this video right now. It looks dull, but it's actually a real glittery color. And you can kind of see it here with a little bit of a reflection here with a little bit of glitter. I had some troubles with these, putting just bucket seats in there and the glass and all that in there. It was kind of difficult. These tires are actually from a die-cast kit that I found at Hobby Lobby, which I will kind of show you here. These tires here originally came with this M2 series die-cast metal kit here, and I decided to use them on this instead. As you can see, I think they look really nice tires, really nice and aggressive. And this is my first, sorry for shaking on all over the camera, but this is kind of like my first time doing this. And this is also my first time trying to do a little bit of detail to the engine. I tried running some of my own homemade lines for the spark plugs you can see here, but the glue that hold the engine kind of made it look a little rusty, which is kind of cool because engines aren't always all that clean. And if you could look back in here where the black distributor cap is, I actually had to drill it out pretty good, and I had to glue all these in there. The chrome on top of these here, it's not the greatest. I did have to de-chrome to get rid of the ZZ Top logo on there, on top of the valve cover and on top of the blower cover here. And I didn't have no chrome paint, so I used a chrome paint pen. And also on the front grille here, it's not the original chrome. I tried to do a black wash in there for my very first time, and it didn't turn out too well. So I had to de-chrome it, and I had to paint with a chrome marker as well. But this is like my first one that I completed. Like I said, there is a couple of blemishes on here. Some of the glue marks didn't come out. Some of the polish waxing didn't come out. I tried a bunch of different waxes on here. The Novus 2-1, and then a nice Gorilla wax. And for some reason, I just couldn't get any shinier than this. So, like I said in my other video, I'm showing a build from complete finish to end with my polyglass, just so somebody can show me what steps I did wrong. Here's the hood. It came out pretty good. You can kind of see how it's a little bit more glittery on here. That's how it actually looks. I think there's a little bit of wax on there, or from me just touching it at all, or it could actually be a scuff mark too. I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll bring it back in the body shop later and check it out. I'm going to turn this model around a little bit here. I can show you one of the blemishes I had down here in the corner right here. You can see some of the paint come up right there. I thought some wax build was up in there, so I was trying to dig the wax out and actually pull up some of the paint. And now, like I said, this is a Model Masters Pearl Plum paint, and then I clear coated it with some Pledge floor cleaner. It seemed to be pretty strong, but it's not giving the shine like Chris Chapman's did when I even followed his instructions. Underneath here, Looks pretty nice. All original chrome. Steel the rear axle and the drive shaft and the little chrome accent on there. The front here was a little tricky, trying to get this all lined up, and these support bars. Looks like I got a little bit of a spider web on here. I don't know how I did that. That will just brush right off of there. I mean, all in all, I'm pretty happy with this for my first attempt at a complete model. So, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out what I did wrong and what I'm not doing right, so I can prevent it from happening again. But again, I just love these tires. They're nice and tough, and it makes this kit a lot nicer, I think, compared to what it was supposed to be like this. So I went from supposed to be like this, and I modified it into this. So much better, I think. So much better, I think. The other model that I'm working on, that I've been struggling with, is this Camaro Z28. I can show you the box here. I've tried painting this so many different times, and it just wasn't coming out, so I had to do the old purple bath. You know how fun that is. My interior on this, I've flat blacked it, and then I brushed over some 4 polish on there just to make it look a bit more shiny. Might have to do another coat, not sure. Yeah, because as you can see, it's not even, so I might have to do another coat on there. Try to do the dial, the speedometer and stuff in there. I didn't really have any of the decals, so I just kind of painted it white to make it stand out. The rest of the body here, the engine turned out okay. I didn't do any spark plugs on here, just because I really don't think the blower system here like this has spark plugs. I could be wrong, but I didn't see any spot for spark plugs or a distributor on here, so I just kind of figured maybe it doesn't get one. This only thing was painting on the butt on this one is the back here, lining up these exhaust pipes. Not sure if I did it completely right. And then getting these tires on here, man, was that a pain in the butt. You have right in here some of these springs in here. Just try to line these up. Kind of see it, there's silver in there. Those were a pain in the ass to keep glued in there. So overall, I'm okay with this kit. I'm not too excited how it's turning out. It's kind of one of those bummer ones. I was able to scrapping the whole thing and using it for parts. But I did do my final attempt of paint job on this. If this doesn't turn out, then I'm going to say screw it and do that. So on this paint job, this is what I painted here. Again, camera doesn't really do justice. It's a antique bronze, which in person is really beautiful color. And then I did some jet black inside the engine bay here, and I just brushed that with some floor polish again. As you can see here, when you look at this here, you can see a little bit of a sparkle to it. But this one here, I'm not going to use floor cleaner to seal it. I'm going to be using this stuff here, Rust-Oleum acrylic lacquer gloss crystal clear. I watched some videos, and this is supposed to be a really good crystal clear lacquer to seal it, and it's supposed to be really tough from what I hear. So I'm gonna give this a try. My hood for this car, I did primer this with some DuPont primer, and then I tried to do again this floor cleaner stuff on there, and it's just drying really weird. So I don't know if it's just too much humidity in here or not. So it looks like I'm going to have to wash this off of here, and I'm just going to spray this with the acrylic cleaner. I just don't seem to have much luck lately with this Pledge floor cleaner. Everything that seems to puddle up, and I'm not putting that much on there, but that just always seems to be the constant problem lately. I don't know if it's the humidity or what. So I'm gonna try that next. And if it doesn't happen, then it's just gonna stay primer. If it doesn't, if that acrylic doesn't work. I'm almost getting to the point to giving up on this whole floor cleaner as a clear coat because it doesn't work for me. Some of the different primers I've been using Here's one, Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch 2 Ultra Cover Primer. That's one I've been using. I've tried this Rust-Oleum Professional High Performance Enamel 15-minute fast dry flat black primer. I've also used this Rust-Oleum Stops Automotive Primer, kind of like a flat primer. I've used this here Duplicolor Primer Sandable, which seems to be pretty good. I kind of like this stuff. I've also used this stuff, this Plastic Coat Sandable Primer that I've seen from Dr. Cranky. This stuff works really good, but it's really expensive. I've also have it in white, and I also have it in black. And then I also have 2 cans of this Krylon Color Max Paint and Primer, Satin Black. And then for my sanding for high-low spots, I also have this 98-cent cheap stuff for primer. So as you can see, I've been using all these different primers, and I just cannot get the same results as people in the videos. This is what's getting me very frustrated, to the point to almost saying, you know what, maybe I'm just going to give up on this. This is not for me. But it's like, I'm not a giver-upper, so I'm going to keep on trying. As I said, this is the floor cleaner I've been using, and I've just not been having luck with it. All the other videos, people have awesome results with it. I'm not, and I just don't understand why. I'm trying to figure it out. For my buffing reasons, I have the Novus number 1 I use. I use Novus number 2. I even have a Formula 1 scratch out that I've seen in other videos. That's supposed to work really good. And this, by the way, will eat right through your paint real quick. I also went with Dr. Cranky's Zombool Cleaner Wax. I can't get the stuff to work as well as he did. I tried the exact same way he did. Doesn't come out. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I even have his McGuire's Quick Detailer. I sprayed it on this way he did. Doesn't come out for me either. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And finally, I even have this this Mother's. Again, nothing works for me. Don't know what I'm doing wrong. I've used the windshield washer fluid mixture. I have used distilled washer mixture fluid. I've used alcohol mixture fluid. You name it, it's out there in the videos. I've tried it all, and for some reason, I just cannot get it to work, and I'm getting very, very frustrated. So hopefully someone out there in our community can tell me what I'm doing wrong and give me some tips. Again, thank you for watching my video. This is Model Maker 1177.